Good morning, everybody. I hope you are all having a beautiful day. Great start to your weekend. Had some sinus issues this week, so this is what I'm working with as far as my voice goes, but I just wanted to talk to you guys today. Going on another road trip, so I'm on another summer adventure. And I'm starting my day early as I have before when I go on these trips. And it's like I have the best ideas in the morning that I'm just musing about, right? So I just felt like it was important for me to just share it with you guys today. So it's nice just being out on the road, seeing nature and everything that's going on around us. You know, it really just brings the vibe up. It brings the energy up, and I always want to be able to share that with you guys. So today I wanted to just talk about why we do the things that we do. Like, what is your why? Why you got to remember why you started in the first place for what you want to achieve in this life. So maybe even this situation would be a good example. The fact that I'm showing up, even though I'm not perfect, right? Like my voice is basically gone, and I'm still here because I remember why I started this. I remember why I do this. So sometimes it's just a matter of showing up. And if anything, this could just be you in your most like raw, most like realist form, just because you're not 100% and you're just presenting yourself in this manner, in this way, because this is who you are. Even if you're not 100%, you know, it's still you. And that's what it goes back to. It's still you, and it's the reason why people like and perceive you for who you are, right? And so I'm willing to show up even if I'm not 100%. I'm willing to show up if I'm sick. I'm willing to show up if I'm injured, if I'm, you know, because it's just who I am. Because it's a part of my being, and I damn well know that it's going to be for my benefit. It's going to be for my benefit. It's going to be for the betterment of my future and for those people around me, to show them that even when I'm down, even if I'm having a hard time, I'm still here, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to do what's required of me, right? So that's part of this message today, you know? Despite not wanting to do it just because of your feelings, because of what you're going through, despite your circumstances, right? You still show up and you do what needs to be done because it's who you are. Or maybe it's who you want to become. You want to be that kind of person that can defy the odds and still be there and still show up, right? That shows you the kind of person that you are. So, you know, every day when you get up and you're going about your day, depends on where you're at in life. You know, we got our 9 to 5s, and we got to work just to have some money coming in, so that way we can kind of get our thing going, right? And so we got to go through those tasks. But then there are other tasks that you got to pay attention to. There are other tasks that you want to hone in on, like a part of your skills, your craft that you're trying to create, right? It all comes together. It all comes into play. You know, maybe like for instance, starting early in the morning. You know, I'm talking to you guys right now, and it's one of those things where, wow, there's that sun. Well, it's saying hi over the hills. You know, you're starting in the quiet hours of the day where you have all that time to yourself, and maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to go to bed earlier so you can get up a little earlier to work that hour or 2 hours of your skills that you're working on. And you know that as you continue to put in that time, it accumulates, right? For what you are trying to do in the future, for what you want to create in the future, for your future. Sometimes it's just a matter of doing that. It's just a matter of doing those daily tasks and focusing on your skill, honing in on that, capitalizing on it, and making it into who you are. In some ways, you find inspiration through getting up at this time of day, right in the morning. It could be as little as like taking a walk. Nature kind of revitalizes you. It revitalizes me whenever I'm taking a walk or like a hike out in nature. Sometimes taking a long camping trip can do it too, or hike, like a day hike. Being out and around the animals and the trees, and the plants and the herbs and things, it puts things in perspective for you when you get to see all of that, right? Some other things, it could come from the books that you're reading. Maybe you spend a little bit of time reading something that kind of gets your mind right. I used to do devotionals as a Christian, so I used to read my Bible in the morning and journal my thoughts, meanings of the verses, and a prayer, and things like that. Granted, we're working on our skills, so you would hope that maybe the things and materials that you're reading are from what you want to learn and what you're working on, right? So that's the other aspect of it. Who knows? Maybe you're in school, and maybe to get ahead, you do need to get up a little bit earlier to study and to really go over what your classes are and things of that nature. To just really pull everything together, right? The other thing that you could do in the early mornings, as far as getting yourself ready for the day and focusing on your skill set, meditation. Obviously, can't stop recommending that. It changes your mind for the better. It changes your mind in a way where you don't have to. You're less reactive. That's the best way I can describe it. You're less reactive. When you incorporate things like Qigong too, some stuff that I've been learning, it's more of a meditation in motion. And so you're moving the energies throughout your body, your Qi, using the force, so to speak. Because it ebbs and flows through everything. It's what gives the trees and nature life, and it's what gives us life. It's our life force. That's what Qi is. So when you move that in that fashion versus just sitting, breathing, coming back to the present, coming back to the breath, it's more interdynamic, I would say. That might not be the right word I'm using, but Qigong is working with energy. And so when you move that energy throughout your day, it can help to just bring more vitality to the mind and your thoughts. You have better thoughts in this way, right? And so that in turn can give you great ideas for your business, your vocation. It might help you to think of your studies in a different way too, if you're, an academic. And so Qigong, I think, is really beneficial for you. It's just meditation in motion is all it is. Granted, every once in a while, I still like to sit and breathe and be with my thoughts and really just kind of calm down the mind without having to do too much. Depends on the day. And to me, I really get that channel of knowledge and wisdom that comes to me as I'm going back through what happened the day before, maybe what happened, or what I'm planning on doing for the day and such ahead of my day to come, right? Or sometimes I have to rethink an idea that I have for what I want to work on, or maybe what you might want to work on for your business, what you might want to work on for your future vocation. So I think one of the hardest things is when you're just going through it in life. Maybe you had a parent die, maybe you had a family member die, maybe you lost your job, or one of your best friends died. Your girl broke up with you, speaking to the bros. You're going through a divorce. You have to remember why you started in the first place. So aside from your relationships and maybe some tragedies happening in your life, you must remember why you started. Granted, take that time to grieve, of course. I'm not saying don't do that. And, hey, if you're going through a rough time from a breakup or a divorce, those are not easy times either. As long as you can stay the path for what you set out for yourself, I think you're going to find and see that it's going to be worth it in the end, despite your circumstances, right? Despite what you're going through. Speaking from experience, I've had some of these things happen to me in my life. And for some reason, I kept staying the course. I kept, putting out the videos, working on myself, and trying to better myself, right? And it goes back to, it just always went back to remembering my why, remembering why I started in the first place. And if you're going to do anything and accomplish anything in this life, you guys, it's such an important thing to remember is your why. Why you started in the first place. It's that question. Why did I start in the first place? You want to go back to that origin of that question, Because without that, what else do you have? God wants you to remember that, I think. He wants you to remember that question. What is your why in doing the things that you do every day? And He'll help you. You ask Him, He'll help you. I truly believe in that. God and nature will help you. All we have to do is ask. Nature shows us the way, I believe, too. So on the side road. So yeah, it all goes back to that. Despite what you're going through. The hard times, right? So keep doing the things that you need to do despite the hard times. So we'll go ahead and just wrap up this video. That's really all I had to say on the matter as far as remembering your why. Remember why you started. It's very simple, yet it can be hard in the moment, and I think it's always important to just be self-aware about those things and what's going on in your life, knowing how to address those issues when they come up. So I hope that this message finds you guys well, just with generally speaking of what to do in those kinds of situations. I'm excited to be traveling again and just seeing all the nature as I drive by. It just it gets me in the muse. It gets me thinking and wondering, and I don't know, just excited for the things to come, And I like talking with you guys when I'm out here on the road. So it just makes the thoughts and what I'm trying to get out a little bit more easier. Because it's just I feel like it's just me talking to you in the car. I'm right there with you guys. And you're right here just sitting and listening. So, well, there goes a whole family of deer. Yeah, I wish you guys could have saw that. See? That's a good sign. It's a good sign that this needed to happen. I needed to go on this trip and I needed to share this video with you guys today. But hope you guys all had a great 4th. Let's have a great weekend. And if you guys are just finding me, please subscribe. With all that being said, I'll talk to you guys soon. I love you all. Peace.